Welcome back to the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024 for the arrival of Atlantic 4,800, having taken 4,800 kilometers across the Atlantic. Gail de Croisier is coming into the finish line.
Come on, dude.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you for watching live or for watching back. Your support means everything to Gail. Our 29th boat to arrive with big fish all around, flying out of the water. Gail de Croisier coming in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024. This is the arrivals. He's been rowing 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean, all the way from La Gomera in the Canaries to Antigua here in the Caribbean. And what an effort he has put in. We are live on YouTube, live from English Harbour. You can see all the masts there in the background. Ultimately, that's where he's heading for. It is 10:30 at night here. I'm Charlotte, your live reporter. Thank you for watching. 29th team to arrive. 52 days on the ocean. Clack, clack, clack. Day 52. And Gail is coming in to land.
Come on, Gail. Come on.
We're hearing friends and family up on the fort behind. He's moments away from the finish line. And you'll know when he does cross because a red flare will go off on the hill behind. You can't really see, and it's not his nav light, but you'll see it when it changes.
Come on, Gail. Gail.
Third solo to arrive out of 6 in the fleet. With the fourth and final solo, Atlantic Rocketman Andrew, due on Valentine's Day. 2 of the solos retired from the race. So City of Derby's Vic and All for One's Martin, both safely back on land, had to leave for technical and safety reasons. And I hope, Vic and Martin, you are well.
Okay, you did it.
That's it. There's the flare. Well done, Gail.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you did it.
3,000 miles of Atlantic rowing, non-stop in his boat. He has time to rest, time to sleep in the cabin.
Woo.
There's a cabin in the front, there's a cabin in the back. He gets a choice when you're solo. And that's the flare in the background.
Hey.
Gail de Croisier. He had his birthday a day before race start from France. He wanted to row an ocean ever since he was a child. He was inspired by the great adventures of ocean rowers Gerard d'Auberville and Maud Fontenoy and Alain Bompard, who traversed the ocean in an inflatable boat with no provisions, I might add. At least Gail has got those provisions on board. And he's no stranger to an extreme adventure either, from mountains to deserts, cold Siberian winters to rainy monsoons and burning summers. He's tried it all, and now he's tried the ocean. These guys are just pulling him into a more suitable location. They're allowed to touch the boat after he's crossed the finish line. Prior to that, and that is not allowed in the race. But this just gives him better position because it's quite windy. The wind grabs a hold of the boat, pushes them across the harbour.
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
He said he wasn't looking to break a record in any way. He wanted to race against himself for the oceans and for science. He is the subject of experiments linked to the European Space Agency, who have been monitoring him and his vitals prior to and during his crossing. So they're doing studies on his brain, and the way his metabolism adapts with long exposures to extreme conditions. They're focused on sleep, metabolism, brain, and psychology. They're the four areas of focus. Then he's got a sensor on his arm, and this measures his blood glucose levels. They're taking saliva and stool samples, so he's having to do that for himself every day. And a connected watch records his physical activity. He kept a diary of everything he ate and also did cognitive tests during the row, as if rowing an ocean and all the chores that come along with it aren't enough. He had all that to consider as well. And it's all in aid of understanding future space missions, which apparently are very similar to the conditions of ocean rowing. And that's his completion of his Atlantic crossing. Atlantic 4,800, Gail de Crevassier. Absolutely wonderful and fantastic. What a row.
Congratulations!
Fantastic. Go Gail.
3,000 miles!
Woo.
You did it! You did it! Welcome to Antigua!
Oh, he's really enjoying that. The charity that he wrote for was One Ocean Foundation, focused on the conservation and restoration of marine ecosystems. And he took a great deal of delight in checking out all that the ocean had to offer while he was out there. He said day one, night one was a horrible start. One day in, dolphins played around his boat, and then big wind and waves in the day and no wind at night, meant low mileage, which upset him when he had a higher goal in the early days. He had a big knockdown in week 2. He reported that the back nearly went over his head. He used different language, but I won't use that today on the live. Power issues. He said not enough sun at one point there. We had the Kalima, the Sahara dust coming over the Atlantic, which caused problems with their solar panels. His battery, one of his batteries completely died, and his second battery that he hadn't used for a month was down to 20%. So he had to organize more power for those. He spoke of in his regular updates, he had daily updates coming back to land on his socials. And he spoke of the dramatic rain clouds, the sunrises, the sunsets, which amazed him throughout the crossing, even when the day-to-dayness became monotonous for him. And in more recent recordings, back to land crew, Gail noted how infinite the row feels, that it feels never ending, that it's always forever the halfway point. He likened it to an endless maths equation, surreal for real. And now it's over. So he's going to row himself into where you see all those tall, beautiful masts in Nelson's dockyard. And we're going to go in ahead of him so that we can be ready to catch the moment he makes landfall at Nelson's dockyard in Antigua after his 52 days of rowing across the Atlantic. So stick around. Hold on, we're going to put up a live holding screen so that you'll be able to join us live again. So there won't be any new live starting. So stick around for that, and we'll meet you back here in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching so far. Welcome back to the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024.
And you're clearing all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, 3,000 miles from La Gomera to Antigua.
Gail is coming in. Thank you so much for joining us live.
Well done, girl.
Atlantic 4,800. After 4,800 kilometers across the Atlantic Ocean, he can finally step his feet onto dry
I
land.
think we will see a smooth landing here by Gail. Last 10 meters, Gail. Perfect approach to Nilsson's Stockyard. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big applause. Round. Extra noise for Atlantic 4800.
He has arrived at Nelson's Stockyard. As much as he was looking forward to the end, he was saying that coming to the end means sadness in many ways. He really, in some ways, enjoyed it out there. But I'm sure he's quite happy to stop rowing.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gail Atlantic 4800. Our solo rower from France.
Sorry.
Representing France, Atlantic 4800. Come on, Gail. Come on. It's Saturday night here in Antigua, and it's time to step on land after 3,000 miles. Are you ready? I think there's some family behind me here who's ready as well. It can be slightly wobbly.
His daughter
Are you okay?
saw him just before he put up the banner. It's scary.
Kids are still awake, wondering what's going on.
Yeah. He looks somewhat different, I'm sure, with the longer beard and the tan.
Onto the podium. Which
His
can
daughter actually had her second birthday during his first week on the ocean. He recorded himself singing her happy birthday. And Gail's girlfriend Anna is the one who's been creating all the lovely illustrations.
Ladies and
for the
gentlemen, what we
audience
just witnessed
on
here
social
on Saturday night evening here was the arrival of Atlantic 4800. Gail coming in from the Atlantic Ocean. He started his journey December 11th last year in 2024. Now here in Antigua in 2025. And he did his crossing in 52 days, 17 hours and 32 minutes. Yes, sir. And certificate of achievement handed over here by fellow ocean rower Kivinia. And a gift bag from Antigua Barbuda. Let's give it up and make some noise for Gail. What a journey. You have sent lots of pictures home through your inReach. It's been a challenging year. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts and feelings about the whole thing. It's weather-wise, it's been quite tricky this year.
It's flat. And I don't know, when you're at sea, you think everything is normal. But no, I just remind that it's flat, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's blue, white, scary, sometimes it's like at all. No. Yeah, once a friend of mine told me the sea is like your girlfriend. Now I understand why. It's every time changing, and at the end you still like it.
So the sea is like your girlfriend. Yeah. Good comparison. So you have done a lot of challenges, various adventure stuff. The world's toughest row compared to other things you have done.
It's hard to compare. I would say it was it was a long fishing journey. I mean, you are alone for a long time, but yeah, it was not the most difficult, but it was the most funny solo time. Like
Most beautiful moments out there.
uh, once I've seen like 12 or 15 moonfish. It was very cool, like small one, but they were all on the boat. And also two big dolphins came and at some point one flapped the sea like this to say, let's go. And this was very cool. Uh, and also sunset, all the stars. I mean, when you are out there, you go all the night just to see the stars, you know. So I had a lot of problem on the boat, so I didn't have a GPS and things like this. So I was only following Orion on the star on the sky. So it's my best friend.
Orion
the, the better of Orion, yeah.
So the stars are your best friend, and indeed they lead you all the way here to Antigua. Ladies and gentlemen, Atlantic 4,800. The meters across the Atlantic Ocean from La Gomera to Antigua. You made it all the way here safe and sound after 52 days, 17 hours, and 32 minutes. So let's give Gail a big hip hip hooray on this Saturday evening. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Well done. Now we do a live interview with Charlotte on YouTube. There should maybe also be some in French, I think.
Absolutely.
Maybe not by Charlotte, but by you.
Definitely
So
not
first
by
off to Charlotte, then back with family and fresh food and cold drinks.
Come and join
And
me
there's
down
some
here.
fellow Ocean Rose waiting here on the other side as well. But first off to Charlotte.
Are you okay standing there?
I can take a t-shirt or
It's not going to be long. I won't be with you for too long.
just for the sponsor.
Just
Interview now.
okay. So tell me, how isolating was it out there?
I mean, I never felt myself isolated, like lonely. I never felt lonely because I like to be with myself. I'm with my boat. I'm with the fish. I was happy. I mean, you are isolated, but you are not lonely.
Hey.
So I never felt, and now it's modern. You can write to people. You can. It's not like Marco Polo or Christopher Columbus when they were little. They couldn't talk to anybody.
Right.
So, no, I know I would miss it already.
And so now I was going to say, so you were saying how much you're going to miss it when you come in, as much as you were looking forward after all the
Mhm.
monotony. How much, like, in what way are you going to miss? What are you going to miss the most about it?
I will miss not to answering this question. No, I mean you are alone on your boat. You do your routine. If you are tired, you go sleep. If you suddenly there is some fish, something happening. So you have your whole society on your boat. You are happy like this, and it's every time changing. So yeah, this I will miss it, and it's so beautiful. Like if you wake up the morning, you open the hatch, and you see all this blue. The water every day I say it's too blue. Every day is more blue. So no, I will miss all this ecosystem.
You've got all your friends, family, loved ones back home watching. What would you like to say to them? And feel free to say it in French.
Yeah, no, in English because most of my friends are. I mean, I'm from Europe. Not from
Okay.
France, so
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever's comfortable.
So now you see it's not so difficult. So if you want, I have a boat for you. You just make a list, and the first on the list take the boat to do it next year, and you will see it's fun.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Gail. Enjoy your time in Antigua. So he's getting straight back into doing all the official stuff, which I'm pretty sure he just said he's really not missing much of. Oh, he's got a little parrot. Who's the parrot for? Oh, parrot came along the ocean. Nazik. Yes. An ocean parrot.
So this is Coco.
This is
And
Coco.
This summer I crossed the Baltic to train, and he was really upset that I took Coco. And when I came back to Helsinki, the first thing he did is to take back Coco.
More, I
So it was a
see.
big argument to allow him to Coco to go with
to
me
leave
now.
Coco with you. Oh,
Let's go to them.
Coco is now an ocean warrior parrot. Fantastic. So that's it, our 29th arrival in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2024. Gail de Courvoisier is in. We have the 30th team to come in next, and they're coming in actually tonight around about midnight, between midnight and 1 o'clock. Obviously, things change. The final four-man team, Seesaw, coming in from the UK. They'll be in, like I say, between midnight and 1 o'clock. Keep your eye on the tracker, keep your eye on our updates, and do know that that's in local time. UTC will be 4 hours ahead. So if you see it on the tracker, whatever you see on the tracker, -4 to make it local time. And we look forward to seeing you in a few hours' time. Thank you for joining us so far.